again, like, I think we do a lot of the stuff like decomposed, like, okay, let's just practice against a singular technique. But I think it's a disservice to our students. We need to like add these other elements so they can put it all together. You need to get different reads and stuff like that. Let's give it a try. Ready? Begin. Time. Good. After you do that parry and eye jab, I want you to do a follow-up. All right. So, for example, like anything you want. All right. Now, we recognize that like there's obviously some things that we cannot do. All right. So, for example, like if he throws this jab and I get this and I feel like I can get this, we know that we can't actually do this on each other. We can't pop it here. We can't slap to the groin. We could simulate it, and it's going to be really hard because the guy's punching really fast. We just have to recognize that there's a lot of things we probably cannot pull off because of the fact that if we were to go really fast, we're gonna injure our partner. So we have to be ethically concerned about that. I don't want to injure my partner. That's the best training tool out there. So maybe we're gonna have to somehow simulate it, just go for the touch, whatever. I don't know. It's gonna be really challenging because Oliver's going pretty fast. And secondly, too, you guys are not wearing shin pads. But if you guys want to add kicks, just have some constraint. Again, we're not using the proper equipment today because we're just doing like on the spot filming today, which is inspiration to do it today. Okay, guys, let's give it a try. So when you did a parry and eye jab, if you feel like you can, follow with anything you want. Okay, guys, ready? And begin. This is our next progression that we've come across. Nice, good, good. Keep going, 30 seconds. And time. Good. Switch over. So Guro Justin was just commenting that it's easier to do follow-ups with the smaller gloves because obviously like you have that dexterity to do some manipulations. And also guys, let's recognize too that the fight could have been ended a long time ago with that eye jab. And you know, in this case here, the person wearing the fencing gear is not necessarily giving the right reaction because it's all academic. We don't know if that eye jab had landed, how he would have reacted. Maybe if that eye jab had landed, he would have like been in this fetal position and Justin would have done something else. Maybe he would do this, his arms come out, and it affords him to basically do those breaking in the arm, whatever. Maybe he doesn't get affected at all and he's able to charge, and now you're into a grappling kind of stuff. So just remember, this is like all academic. It's just, we're just training this idea of how to functionalize our Filipino martial arts as much as close to representation and also being safe as possible. Okay guys, let's give it a try. All right, time. Choices here. We can make this more challenging by one of two ways, all right? We could allow Justin to now open up all his Filipino martial arts. He could defend against the hooks, all right? Any technique he wants to bring out from his Filipino martial arts arsenal. And or we could also allow him to start punching back now. Because right now, Justin has been waiting, you know, for Oliver to attack. But maybe Justin could also do his boxing techniques to get a response from Oliver. So for example, maybe he jabs and then Oliver's gonna jab back, and in essence, Justin's setting him up. So right now he's playing the role more like a sit and wait, kind of like a counter fighter, but that's not necessarily gonna really happen. Maybe Justin's gonna get the jump on him and he's able to pick up a technique as Oliver's trying to counter. So which one do you wanna do? Do you wanna do like, you're allowed more? One more techniques? Okay. So
like the second one, the second option.
You get the punch?
Everything, yeah.
Okay. So in this case here, Justin's getting the punch back now. He's punching now. He's also like sparring now, but he's still constrained to parry and eye jab. That's all he can do. Just parry and eye jab for now. Okay, and we're gonna add it all back in a few seconds. So we're just looking at steps here, right? Graduated process. Of course, it's your own lesson plan. We're just designing our lesson plan here amongst the three of us. And again, you're doing any hand technique. You're doing any hand technique, but you're constrained to basically parry and eye jab. Okay, guys, let's go. I know. But now Justin gets the punch now. So now it's a little bit more pressure on Oliver now too. So you're not thinking purely defensive anymore, Justin. Good, now the game's changing a bit. Time, good. Switch it up. So what we're trying to do is like basically try to like develop some kind of like lesson plan or system or just a training method, guys, to kind of like apply our empty hand skills with regards to the Filipino martial arts. So again, to reiterate, both parties now can use hand techniques. Oliver is constrained to doing the parry and eye jab. All right. Let's not forget though that if you feel like you scored with it, maybe even not, you didn't score with it, I want you to follow up with something too. Okay, the based on what reaction is given to you or what do you see. All right, let's give it a try and let's go.
You know what makes it tricky too on this side is that there's more, like he can hit the face, like he can attack your face without hitting your face, like, you know.
Yeah, yes. The helmet puts so much extra, so to speak, inches on your head. It's a bigger target area, so to speak, right? So the person that's trying to, in effect, use this Filipino martial arts doesn't have to work as hard.
But you feel safe.
Yeah, and you feel safe too, right? Like, that's what I'm saying. So guys, like going back to this, right? To a degree, this is like kind of like academic because we don't know if those eye jabs could have affected him, yes or no, if he was accurate with it. And so like, guys, like just keep in mind, like this is a training drill, it's a training method, right? We can't really eye jab each other. We can't go to the groin. We can't pop with joints. We can't attack the knee and stuff like that. We understand that, right? But we have to start somewhere. We have to actually work with timing. We have to work with some degree of resistance, how to read our opponents. And so what we're trying to strive for here is to try to find a way to do this safely. And we know full well that all of this stuff is kind of like to a certain degree academic. We don't know. We really don't know what these effects are, the shots are, unless we actually do it on each other, which we're not going to. Okay, guys, so let's give it a try. So let's add the next layer. So let's do what Guro Justin wants to do. He wants to open up his full battery of Filipino martial arts techniques. So he can defend the hooks in any which way, like anything he knows from the Filipino martial arts against someone that's using boxing techniques per se. Okay, guys, let's give it a try. And if when you score, try to follow up with something. That's what we want to see too. Let's follow up with something after you land your Filipino martial arts technique. Okay, or use your Filipino martial arts techniques. Let's go, guys. Time, switch. So this is like a lesson for you two, Oliver, like with regards to JKD, can you follow a progression similar to this? So this could be a Filipino martial art technique or a JKD technique, it doesn't really matter, right? How do you actually functionalize these trapping techniques per se? I think this stuff is really beneficial for the Filipino martial arts, Jeet Kune Do, and Krav Maga. Because sometimes we fall under the umbrella or we hide behind the curtain of it's too deadly, right? And I understand these techniques are dangerous. We don't want to do this to our partners, but how do we actually make it more athletic? That's what I'm trying to say. How do we work timing, distance, accuracy? How do we read our opponent to make the proper decisions? Okay, let's give it a try. Time. So we're gonna scale it up again. We're gonna add some kicks. You know, we're not gonna kick to the groin, but hey, if you guys wanted to do that in the future, where you really wear like I don't know, those steel Muay Thai cups and kicking to the groin is a target area, then yeah, maybe you should do that because like it does affect the game quite a bit. All right, moving away from a sporting arena to more like a street arena, so to speak. So again, we'll do the same thing. We're gonna add kicks. The only thing I'm gonna ask you guys, if you're gonna kick to the head, please use some control, use some constraints. Okay, guys, let's go. I don't know if you can. Let's go, guys. Time. Beautiful. Nice. Good. Switch it up. Very good. I don't know if you guys saw, there's quite a few cool stuff that Justin was doing there. I recommend you really rewind or slow play what's going on. There's a lot of really good Filipino martial arts techniques per se of what he's doing in there, but you need to slow it down. It doesn't look like the representation that we think it looks like. It's not like we're statically doing this to that. It's not represented like that in a static position. It comes out of play, which is what we're trying to achieve here. How do we actually apply our Filipino martial arts in this kind of playful, athletic manner? Let's give it a try. Switch. Time. Okay, so like it's gonna be hard because it's a large area here that they're dealing with, right? This probably be better suited in a tighter area, constrained area. So, and these guys are not well, they have some like jiu-jitsu background, they have some wrestling background, but they haven't been working the wrestling takedowns or the judo takedowns for quite a while. So let's have the person, in this case here, Oliver, who's the attacker, the bad guy, for example. He's allowed to, in effect, do takedowns. So we're going to add some takedowns in there. All right. And so, again, use your techniques. All right. We're going to add another layer to the cake. Some more things for Justin to be concerned about, some stress. Remember, guys, fights are chaotic. And so, like, we want to simulate this chaos as much as possible. What are we missing here? We're obviously missing things like, what are the effects of the eye jab? What are the effects of the groin kicks? They're not even going to the groin. What if I do pop out his knee or his elbow? Am I allowed to do that? We can't do that because it's obviously our training partner. We also don't have witnesses, people egging us on. So there's no ego, there's no pressure per se. Maybe Justin has to look after his family, he has to protect them. That's also not included in this. And there was also environmental situations too. Right now, it's snow outside at this point, it's getting cold. That may also affect your ability to fight. And also too, how do I say this? The space constraint. Space can also dictate the tactics you're gonna use. So Oliver, you're gonna try to do some wrestling takedowns if you can. You know, don't force it, but if there's an opportunity, try to go for a takedown. Okay, guys, let's go. Good. Nice. Up. Good sprawl. Up. Time. Good. Up. Let's go. Good work. Go work. Time. Good. Switch it up. Okay, ready? Begin. Nice. Good. Time. Good. Beautiful, guys. Good work, good work, good work. Awesome work, guys. I think like we're just adding extra layers to the cake and giving him more things to think about. So instead of doing like from statically where I'm gonna parry an eye jab of someone that's just doing 10,000 repetitions, we're doing repetition without repetition. He in effect has to apply his Filipino martial arts against someone who's working his timing, distance, a little bit of stress, pain, getting hit in the head, and these guys have to make a decision as to what's the best technique. Should I go for that technique? Should I stay rely more on checking those hand techniques? I don't know. So this is what we're trying to do. We're trying to actually learn how to apply our Filipino martial arts in a more athletic, so to speak, environment.